One of the facts is that the foundation that your immune system is created and developed in is probably, if not as more important than that, and that is being born the vaginal birth versus a C-section. Not putting down people who've had C-sections. I'm just saying the science shows that there is a distinct difference in C-section babies' immune systems versus non-C-section. There's a distinct difference in breastfed babies versus non-breastfed. And there's a distinct difference in babies whose mothers have a healthy diet and breastfeed versus mothers who don't have a healthy diet and breastfeed. So that foundation actually makes your gut grow normally, which is a large part of your immune system. It colonizes your gut because the bacteria from your mother's gut goes into your gut, goes in from her gut through her lymph system into her breast and then into your gut. And so all that foundational stuff is something not to be ignored because it's going to make you deal with diseases better. And if you have to get vaccinated, it's going to make you deal with vaccines better, even as a child. Not that I'm in favor of that, but I'm just saying if you want to set things up as solidly as possible to be able to take that insult. The problem is we don't know 20, 30, 40 years later what the associations are between, bone diseases, skin diseases, cancers, autoimmune diseases. We have some clues. I have some clues that nobody wants to look at. But we've got this long-term problem that nobody looks at. Long-term effects of lifestyle, of vaccination, of even SV40. There was one study that started tracking 1,000 SV40 people that they knew were infected with SV40 looking for diseases later in life, and they stopped it after 19 years. Again, axed. When they still had over 700 people left in the study because they said too much time had gone by. Well, the fact of the matter is that's when the study should have started. 17 to 20 years later is when they should have started looking at that point, not 1 year, 2 years. But, most vaccine trials and drug trials, they don't, vaccine trials, it's like 2 weeks is almost a miracle for someone to follow out that long. Forget about looking months or years later. It doesn't happen.
When